Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I will be the Sergeant of Arms for today's meeting, and I welcome you all for the 543rd meeting of Millennium City Toastmasters Club. Before we begin with the meeting, I would like to mention a few ground rules as we follow in Toastmasters Club. The first rule is that kindly keep your mobile in silent mode. The second one is do not cross talk. And the third one is, as Toastmasters, we do not talk about politics, religion, and sex. So I would like to kindly refrain from speaking these topics in the Toastmasters platform. So as everybody has a mission to achieve, even Toastmasters has a mission to achieve. So I request everybody to stand up and put your hands forward and recite after me. The mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide mutually and a positive learning environment. In which every member has an opportunity to develop leadership and communication skills, which in turn foster personality and self-development. Thank you. So with that, we would like to start with the beginning of the meeting. So I would like to call the presiding officer, who is a data scientist by profession. So Toastmaster Rahul on the stage.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's try one more time and fill the empty places with our voice. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. I welcome you all to the 540th meeting of Millennium City Toastmasters Club. 543. Just 7 meetings short, and we'll be achieving another milestone of 550th meeting. What does it signify? It signifies that for more than 10 years now, as a club, as a community, as a group, we are meeting every Sunday, working together to achieve one single goal, to become a confident speaker and a better leader. Before we can get started with the meeting, I will request everyone to follow my instructions because we will be getting started with the warm-up activity. Okay, so you just have to follow my instruction. I'll demonstrate few instructions. You have to touch your shoulders. You don't have to do it right away. I'll ask you to do the instructions when I have demonstrated. So you have to touch the shoulder, you have to touch the nose, and you have to touch the ears. Okay, just follow my instruction. Touch your shoulders, touch your nose, touch your ears, touch your ears, touch your ears, touch your nose, touch your shoulders. Now let's make a change. Now you have to follow my action and not my words. Okay? I can say whatever I want, but you have to follow my action. Touch your shoulders, touch your nose, touch your ears, touch your nose, touch your shoulders, touch your shoulders, touch your nose, touch your shoulders. You have to follow my action. Okay, let's make another change. Now you have to follow my words.
Not instructions.
And not the action, okay? Touch your shoulder, touch your nose, touch your shoulder, touch your shoulder, touch your ears, touch your nose, touch your nose, touch your nose, touch your shoulders, touch your shoulders, touch your ears, touch your nose, touch your shoulders. Yeah, thank you for participating. Most of you were very attentive, so thank you. Now it is time for the guest introduction. I would request guest to share something about yourself and the expectation from the meeting. I could see a couple of guests. Ma'am, I would like to start with you. You can introduce from there.
Hi everyone, a very good morning to each one of you. I am Apurva and I stay in Sushantok. I work with the housing.com and I am into product operations. And here I want to, why I want to join this Toastmasters, because I want to improve my communication skills. This is the only reason. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Good morning everyone, I am Deepak, I am from sector 51. I have heard about Toastmasters, so I wanted to have experience, and definitely I want to improve upon my speaking skills and leadership qualities. That is why I am here.
Thank you for coming.
Hi everyone, my name is Vaibhav. This is my second session here. I came last Sunday and I wanted to experience how Toastmasters work in, and I brought my wife also today. So she also gave me the taste of things.
Thank you for coming.
My name is Hina. I am from MD. I did my engineering in 2018. I am working with RSB Consulting. And yeah, I want to improve my communication in English. That's why I came.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Vaisumar. I am staying in sector 44 and I am doing job in the Ernst and Young company, and I am here about Toastmasters for my friends and come to here for better communication skills and improve the English language.
Hello everyone, my name is Manoj Kumar Yogi and I am staying here in sector 45. I am working with IBM and I just wanted to improve and overcome with my public speaking.
Thank you for coming.
Hi everyone, I am Rajiv Sharma. I live in sector 48. We were trying because I am extremely introvert. I don't speak to anyone. So my brother suggested me who is going in Toastmaster, Dwarka or Razuri. So I just want to give a try. Thank you.
Hi, good morning all. I'm Shani Sharma. I'm Customer Engagement Manager with GlaxoSmithKline. Why I'm here is that I'm quite hesitant as a person when it comes to public speaking. And I just want to work on it. So,
We are done with the guest introduction. Now it is time to invite the Toastmaster of the day. Today's Toastmaster of the day is someone. Just give me a second. Today's Toastmaster of the day is someone who joined in June 2023. She is a student with majoring in BA Economics and Commerce. Her hobbies include dancing and reading. She is going to talk on a very special topic called Unconditional. More specifically, she is going to talk on unconditional love and your experiences with this. It's a very special topic. We have all experienced unconditional love from our parents, from our pets, but there are certain areas where you have given unconditional love, but from the other side you did not receive that amount of love. Let us welcome the very talented, the very energetic, the very young, and the very funny Toastmaster Khushi.
good morning everyone.
Good morning.
I didn't heard it. Good morning everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you Toastmaster Rahul for this wonderful introduction. And as some of you might know, my name is Khushi and I am playing the role of Toastmaster of the day. Before proceeding towards our meeting or our theme, I would like to give you a brief introduction about the meeting. The meeting is divided into three parts. First part is wonderful speeches. Second second part is table topic, where you will be given a topic on the spot and you have to tell about it for 2 or 3 minutes. And the third and main part is evaluation, where you receive feedback about your speech or your table topics. Okay, so before proceeding, we have a very talented joke master who will start our day with smiles. Let's welcome Toastmaster Ankita.
Good morning all. Today I am playing the joke master of the day. There were 2 hardworking corporate employees decided to take a leave and enjoy their day. So they take a leave and went a nearby Bharatwaj lake. After spending the complete day, they made a camp there and lying in it. One said, "Hey, there are one fly on my nose. Can you please drive it away from me?" Other one said, "Why not? But first, you drive it away, this monkey who is pissing beside me." Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankita, for this wonderful joke. Now, I would like to invite someone who is from another club. Today, he is playing the role of journal evaluator. He is a hotel management graduate from New Zealand. He is currently a sales manager. His hobbies are public speaking, reading, meeting new people, gym and fitness. Let's welcome Toastmaster Anurag.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
That was good, but we can do a bit better. Let us try something. I'm going to say good, you're going to say morning. Right? Ready?
Yes, yes.
Good
Morning.
Good
Morning.
Good
Morning.
Wonderful. Big round of applause. So I will be serving as your general evaluator for today's meeting. For the benefit of the guest, my task or my role will be broken into 3 parts. The first part will be where I introduce the tag team. Now the tag team stands for timer, our counter, Gamaliel. The second part will be where I introduce the evaluators. Now each speech will have their individual evaluators. So I will introduce them during the evaluation section. The third part will be where I call back the tag team again to share the reports of the meeting. And of course, after that, I'll have my general evaluation. So without any further ado, let us call our tag team for today, the amazing tag team that we have. First, I would like to call upon the stage the timer for today. So if we can have the timer of today with an enormous round of applause.
As a timer, I would be recording each and every speaker timing and every meeting segment, how time is taking, and apart from that, I also indicate the timing signal. One second. So I will operate this timing signal via these 3 colored bats, indicating how long he or she, the speaker, is taking time. So for prepared section, I'll operate this signal at 5 minutes, and then this at 5 minutes 30 seconds, and this rate at 6 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 seconds more to close. For the table topic, I'll raise this green at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 seconds more to close. For journal evaluation, green will be at 2 minutes, then yellow will be at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red will be at 3 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 seconds more to close. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report. Thank you.
Just have a big round of applause for that. Just with the timing of the speeches, I think it's 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, you have the green card. At 6 minutes, you have the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, you get the red card with a buffer time of 30 seconds. Thank you so much for explaining that role. Now for this tag team, it's not complete without the R counter. So if we can have the R counter for today on the stage, please. With a big round of applause.
Hi everyone, I'm Nishita. So today I will be playing the role of our counter. So in this, I'll take note of crunch words such as well, but, so, and you know. Sounds such as or, and repeat words such as I, that means, this means. And in addition to that, I shall be listening to everyone for long pauses such as fillers and which are not necessarily part of the sentence structure. So why it happens is because, at times when we are thinking, we use these filler words and it happens unconsciously, right? And this is the platform where we can work on it. And to be honest, this is one of my major problems. And this is what I realized when I came here first and somebody told me that you use a lot of buts, which I was not aware of. So you can use this platform to know your weaknesses and you can work on that.
Thank you so much. That's a big round of applause. So our counter is someone I'm very afraid of, and I used a lot of filler words earlier. But it's very important to count the filler words because we don't notice it, but the other person will notice our filler words. So very important role. Now last but not least, we have the Gamanian of the day. We can have you on the amazing stage.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. As a grammarian, I will be listening to everyone's speeches and noting down any misuse of grammar, any mispronunciations, any errors in sentence formation. Those things I will be noting it down and I will be presenting my report at the end of the session. Couple of examples is 1 in 5 children wears glasses. That's the correct usage because it's agreement of the verb with the subject. 1 in 5 children. Most of the time we say 1 in 5 children wear glasses because children is a plural. That is a common error that we do in our speaking. Another example would be no one in the choir sings better than her. It should be no one in the choir sings better than she. These are few examples, and to introduce the word of the day today, it's mercurial. Mercurial means someone who is prone to violent mood swings or is prone to constant changes, volatile in nature. Couple of synonyms like temperamental, changeable, volatile. An example is the actor is entertaining but unpredictable with mercurial mood swings. Try to use this word in your speeches, and audience, every time when you hear this word being used, please give a thumbs up.
Thank you so much for explaining your role so well, and I hope no one here becomes mercurial during Let's not become that. Now, that was the roles we have seen, and my role will be to evaluate the entire meeting holistically, and I will share my report at the end of the meeting. Now, to carry on with this amazing theme, which is unconditional. So we will request back on the physical stage our amazing Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Khushi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag, for these wonderful introductions. So today I'm gonna talk about something very special, very pure, very unfiltered, unconditional love. You might be thinking, what is unconditional love? Can anyone tell in one word, one line?
Love,
what do you think?
Love without condition.
Without any expectations. Yes.
The same love without condition.
Without expecting anything in return.
Yes.
Love and
Without
nothing,
intent.
nothing at all.
Without
Intent.
intent.
100% acceptance. Very nice one.
Yes. Unconditional love is the love when you love somebody without any conditions or expectations. Or you have to support them totally with their flaws and everything. You love them for who they are, but not for who they can give you. Okay. You can see unconditional love between parents, pet and owner, between friends and families. I first realized what is unconditional love when I was a kid. As a kid, I thought, what is this hype thing? Why are people talking about unconditional love? What is unconditional love? I didn't get it until I met a girl. When I was young, I live in a place, Jharsa nearby, where the main source of income is PG, is the rent. And when I was young, I used to think, why are these people living here on rent? I don't have any clue that there is a hospital nearby and they might have come for their treatment. I used to think that they are here just for fun, for roaming here and there or seeing Gurgaon. Okay. When I was young, I was very cruel. Humanity didn't exist for me. I and my sisters, we used to play a very famous game, Teacher, Teacher, Ghar Ghar, where I used to be the teacher and I used to teach my younger siblings, ABCD or anything. I used to print my own books. That was our hobby. So, one day, a girl came into our PG and we didn't know why was she here. She was just another toy to play for us. She thought that we are her friends and she used to come to play with her. But we never treated her as our friend. We treated her in the most cruel way. We even fought with her, we made fun of her, we teased her, we said every bad thing to her. But she never said a word. She was almost quiet. She just thought we are her friends and we will be nice with her later on. But one day we went to a temple nearby. As a kid, what can you ask to God? God, please give me that Barbie doll set. God, please give me that kitchen set. We were standing in line and one by one we were reciting our prayers in front of God. I was the first one. I said, God, please give me this Barbie doll. God, give me please that. And that girl was at the end. It was her time now. We were all numb and shocked listening to her prayer. And her prayer was, हे भगवान जी मेरे पापा को ठीक कर दो, मैं उनके साथ और टाइम बिताना चाहती हूँ, भगवान जी प्लीज. That was the moment when I realized what unconditional love is. Unconditional love between a daughter and a father. Later on, I got to know that her father was suffering from cancer. I didn't even get a time to tell her that I am sorry. I am sorry for the misbehavior. They left. If anyone can share some stories like this, when you felt unconditional love, when you received unconditional love, or you have seen unconditional love. Yes, sir.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Prashant. I was in Lagos, basically in Nigeria. So you see all these African people are there. So company has given me the driver. So every Saturday, Sunday, I used to tell him, no, you should be there. Because last weekend, I used to travel, I used to go to the temple. The driver told me one thing, I will stay, that is not a problem. But you have to help me. Okay, I will help you. I thought he may help me, he may requested me to take my vehicle to his house and all these things. Then I came to know one day, then I came around 8 or 9 o'clock, then I finished my dinner and everything. Somebody told me, sir, he slept with empty stomach. I was shocked, surprised. The company driver who has been working with more than 10 years is not able to get the food. Why? Because he was not able to go to the home. And food is costly. So every time, Saturday, Sunday, I used to pay. If you take local currency with Indian rupees, it is for better understanding, it is 100 rupees. But by 100 rupees, he is able to fill his stomach. And believe me, the way he got me unconditional unconditional support. Anytime, in fact, in Nigeria, a lot of places you cannot travel. He told me, sir, I will be with you. Don't worry. You treat my stomach, and that day I slept very well. So sometimes it doesn't mean that love means basically only that. But people, if you do something for the society, it will come back to you. And I will share you in my 1 year, entire 1.5 years in Nigeria. Amazing experience, people are good, and most important, they unconditionally give the support to you. They basically take the hint, so you can't go there, you can't go there, you do this and all these things, and help a lot of this. So sometimes, by small support also, you get unconditional support.
Example. Anyone else? Yes, Toastmasters.
So it was around COVID times. COVID was COVID came in the month of March 2020. It was around April 16th when we, like our family members, we were there in our home and we were partying at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the midnight. I was, and just to give the background, I was very mischievous in my child. I was not cruel like you, Toastmasters. I was very mischievous in my school days, childhood times. So once I drank kerosene oil, my father took me to hospital. Once I was playing ooch neech with my siblings, and my leg got fractured because I took a plant on my leg. I was bedridden for 2 months, and many such stories where I have tortured my father and mother to take me to hospitals, and it was not important to, like, it is their like duty to take me to take care of me, the unconditional support, and I was big upbringing wise, it was terrific thing. But on 16th of April 2020, when we were partying, one of my family members, she was there and she closed the door. My daughter's finger was at the edge of the door and it tipped off. Midnight in COVID, just 20 days after. And the feeling I got at that moment, everything recaptured. The story which I'm talking about, the fracture, the kerosene, and many lot accidents which I did, not intentionally though, but everything recaptured, everything, like it was flashback on that night to me, how my father and mother have taken care of me, and this is the moment where I have stood up. So the unconditional love which you were talking about, or which sir was talking about, I think it's very hard to get from somebody who's outside your ecosystem, but within your ecosystem, I think if you don't give it, it's your primary responsibility, so you have to provide it. Yeah. That's the story which is coming to my mind looking at this one.
Before moving to another story, I have a small activity so that we can utilize our time. The activity is, as I said, that I have a message for that girl that is untold, unsaid. I cannot say her that I am sorry. I am sure that all of you must have that one secret message inside you which you want to say to someone. In fact, if it's not about unconditional love, but you might have that one secret message which you want to say, which you want to lay off. Just write it on this page and I will read it for you and it will go out of your heart. Pass it on.
Secret message to someone in this group.
You know, anyone.
The secret message is don't be cruel.
You can be mercy, but not too much.
The secret message is something that you are not able to say to someone. Like, I am thankful for your unconditional love. I am sorry, Mama, I did that thing. Or anything that is secret in your heart. It can be in this group also and outside world also.
You have to write your name also?
No, this is anonymous. You can write.
Do not write name, otherwise everybody will know. it can be anything related to unconditional love.
Yeah, it can be anything related to unconditional love, one word or one line. Just say your heart out. Till then, we can hear Toastmaster Anurag's experience about unconditional.
Any intro because my experience is
इसमें से एक पेज काट के दो।
इसमें से एक कर देना।
तो सुनिए।
Yes, Toastmaster Anurag.
My experience is from Toastmaster itself. I have seen all the people have shown unconditional support to the speaker who is speaking, and I think there is they are not expecting something from them. They are trying to support the speaker or whoever on stage, and it is unconditional. And because of that, I have seen people have improved a lot in communications.
I hope everyone is done. It's time for Toastmaster Ruchita's story.
Do I have to say the story? Okay. So, my story is about a person because of, I would say, I'm standing here. I met with an accident in 2006. Right? My husband, he was in Jabalpur and I was in Delhi. I traveled there and that day I met with an accident and it was a serious accident where I landed up with one of my ears slit and my hip femur bone was fractured, which doctor told me in 50% of the cases it cannot be, even if I operate you, maybe you will be able to walk or either you have to go for a hip replacement, which is another issue. It is only for 10 to 15 years, then it has to be replaced and so on. So somehow I've lost hope that time. My parents, my in-laws all visited me and they tried to kind of give me some hope, but I was completely hopeless. I was very young that time. I was 25, I was working. Everything was perfect in my life except that day, which actually made everything imperfect. And then I was in the hospital almost for 1.5 months. I was operated. Doctor tried to fix that fracture with, few screws so that he said, let's try it. If it works, you are young, maybe it will. But my brain somehow was giving me this thing that it will not work. I'll not be able to walk. I started visualizing myself, on a wheelchair that time. So there was one person who actually helped me to go through it. And he was a person, he was basically my husband's buddy, a helper, who we get in the army. I met him first time when I was on the hospital bed. He came to me, he said, they call it madam, in army, the army officer's wife. He said, madam, koi baat nahi, ho jayega. I said, okay, fine. And he said, मैं daily आऊँगा आपके पास, I'll come daily to visit you. And I'll sit with you in case you want me to read something for you, I'll do that. I just completely ignored. I said, fine, it's, people are visiting. Everybody was visiting, everybody was saying good words. So I said, fine, let it be. My parents came, they said, no, everything will be fine. They had their own commitments, they went back. Then, daily he used to come and he used to sit with me and he only used to say this thing, bas nikal jayega and you will walk. Even my, doctor never told me that you will walk, but he used to say, madam, you will walk. And I was like, building up in my mind that yes, I'll walk. And though I was on a hospital bed and I was sitting on that bed for 1 month, I was not even allowed to, get up from that bed. And he used to come daily to me, and that 1 month I started walking with, that walker and then with a stick. And he was with us for 1.5 years. And daily he only used to see one thing, madam, you will walk. And I call you every year to check that you are walking or not. And believe me, till now, it's 2006 and 2004. Every year, he is retired from army. He was that time, I think, he had 2 big daughters. So still 2003 till, he used to call me every year just to take, madam, aap chal rahe ho na? And I'm like, yes, I'm walking. And that's the wonder of, and I at times wonder that what, purpose he had to even call me and check. I was nobody to him. He has retired, my husband can't do anything much for him now, but that's the unconditional love. And that's what he taught me that, at times, we can do something for others without even expecting. Maybe, you get something, some peace out of it. But I think that's the story I always tell others, that this is what unconditional love is. When you do something for somebody where, you don't expect anything. At times, maybe the other person may not even reciprocate to it, but then this is what unconditional love is.
Wonderful. Now we will get to the stories in between, and I'm now gonna open the check. Let's see. I am sorry, mom, for any misbehavior. I hope your mom forgives you. I want to do work for society. Unconditional love. Grateful for family and friends who tolerate me.
He must be Gaurav.
Earlier version of Gaurav.
Mother love about food. Thank you MCTC team for unconditional support. Dear father, I have unconditional love for you. Very nice. Who is this? Judge less, support more. With a smile. I have loved a lot of females unconditionally throughout my life. Almost all of them are married now.
ये राहुल
ये राहुल है। Never hurt anyone. Okay.
राहुल की बच्ची बच्ची
I love you, Nani. I am thankful for everything you did for us. Just the last one. Sorry, I was not in my senses. Okay, now it's time for wonderful speeches. So, let's call upon our speaker one, Toastmasters Smriti. She is the newest member of our club, and today she is giving her icebreaker speech. I request everyone after her speech, please stand up and give her an engagement applause and appreciation applause. You need courage to come here and give your first speech. I would request her evaluator, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Hi. This is Smithi's icebreaker speech from presentation mastery level 1, project 1. So the objective of the speech actually is introduce herself to the audience. Given that it's her speech and she already said it takes courage to go to the stage, I'll request after the speech please stand up and give her a standing ovation or clap.
So, good morning everyone. Good morning. My topic is social media addiction. So, what is social media? Today we all use social media in some form or the other. Either it would be any app, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, or Snapchat, or there are many more apps of social media. So, what is social media? Social media is a broad collection of digital platforms that have absolutely changed the way people interact and communicate. Today, all of us are connected through any form of the social media, be it with the old friends or with the family. Social media plays a very important role in our lives. However, we argue that social media is not simply a technology, but actually represent context that differs in important ways from traditional ways. The activity of young people on social media largely mirror their lives in the physical world. Children, teenagers stream of their social network, establishing new relationships, strengthening existing ones. Social media addiction can be viewed as internet addiction, where individual urge or impulse to use social media to access social media takes more and more space in our daily life of modern young adults. Today, we use social media in any other form. We can't stop checking our social media from our phone. Digital society provides innumerable opportunities, but despite the indirect advantages, it also brings risks, especially for young adults. So, what are the risks when we use social media? We can get tracked, anybody can hack our account, hackers are there in social media. Even though social media and internet addiction are not defined as behavioral addiction among the DSM diagnostic criteria due to lack of significant evidence and stages, complex relapse, etc. Studies reveal that symptoms of social media addiction can be shown in mood, cognition, physical and emotional reaction, interpersonal psychological problems. So in mood, if we don't check our social media, or if we are in a good mood, we post something on social media, we are in good mood. If we are in bad mood, we post on social media, we are in bad mood. Cognition, our mind also our mind also works on that way. So, oh, this friend is doing that, so we should also do that. Physically, if we are physically good or we are wearing some good dress, we click our picture and post on social media and then see how much likes we got on that post. And emotionally, if we are emotionally breaking or something, we post on social media, oh, I am not emotionally well, I am emotionally not good. Many studies on social media usage and mental health associated with poor long-term health risk. Research has also suggested that the negative impact of social media on academic performance. So today, if our academic performance is going down, it's because of the social media. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Smriti, for this wonderful speech. Now it's time for 1 minute silence for feedback. The link is being shared on the group. Members, please share it with guests. And timer, please tell when it's 1 minute.
Which group is the link?
You can share the members can share. The role players group maybe.
For the benefit of members, please do not remove that page. You have to give feedback on that similar page every time.
Submit it will be
Timer, how much time is left?
I forgot.
There's
so much pressure.
Time is up.
It's over.
So the time is up. Thank you so much for your valuable feedbacks, everyone. So now let's welcome our BTech hood. Every member from now has been BTech. Every speaker, Toastmaster Ankit, Toastmaster Abhishek, Table Topic Master Anurag, all of three has done BTech. Let's welcome Toastmaster Ankit. He is member since January 2023. He is BTech graduate and currently he is working as business intelligence professional. His hobbies are traveling and cycling. I would request his evaluator, Toastmaster Sonu, to give a brief about his speech.
Toastmaster Ankit's speech title is Growth. He is attempting Level 3 Project 2 in Pathway Presentation Mastery. Objective of the speech is choosing a topic, find relevant sources and structure them into engaging speech. All the best, Toastmaster Ankit.
Toastmaster Ankit, grow Toastmaster Ankit. Best of luck.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khushi and Toastmaster Sonu. Hope all of you are doing great. Today I want to share something interesting with all of you. You see, recently I was watching few of my own speeches, my own videos from last couple of months. The speeches which I have given in January and February of this year. And along with them, I watched a video from a year back. This video was from the February of last year, so a complete year back, and at that time I was only 1 month old at the Toastmaster. Now the interesting thing is that I like the older speech better. I was very surprised, I was confused that how is it possible? I am coming to Toastmaster for more than a year. And instead of growing positively, I'm seeing a negative growth. I got a little concerned how it is happening. And I started thinking over and over. I spent a lot of time in thinking about it. There are different kind of reasons, but I tried to narrow them down, boil them down, just a couple of reasons. So there are two main reasons. The first reason is discipline. You see, when I joined the Toastmaster, I had a great discipline. I used to prepare for speech like for 5-6 whole days. I used to think about my speech, then I used to write it, and then I used to practice it multiple times before giving it here. Now, after spending 1 year, I'm like, acha speech hai. So I just, one day before, I try to just, form something. Sometimes I practice, sometimes I don't even practice, and I come here and give whatever gets prepared. And that is something which gets reflected in my performance. So discipline is the biggest reason why I'm not able to grow positively. The second reason is experimentation. You see, back then I used to experiment a lot of things. Like if I see something good in some speaker's speech, I used to emulate it in my own speech. If I used to see something in some YouTube video, I usually think like, what if I do this? What if I do that? What if I include it in my speech? Now that thing is completely gone for last couple of months, and that's the reason why I'm not able to grow. I try to explain it with an example. So there is a Toastmaster here. He smiles most of the time. You know him.
Anurag.
Rahul. Now this guy runs marathon. Now I think you can guess who this guy is. So he smiles most of the
Toastmaster
time.
Varun.
Yes. So I walked up to him. I asked him, how do you run such long marathon? Like 42 kilometers is a lot of distance. And he said it's possible. I said, I know it's possible, but how do you run it? Then he said, on the day of marathon, I wake up at 3:30 in the morning, which is midnight, and then I reach on the venue at 4:30 in the morning. Now imagine the kind of discipline it needs. First, the discipline is required to prepare for that marathon, and on the D-day itself, you need a lot of discipline to wake on time. And then after waking at 3:30, reaching on the venue at 4:30, you have to run for 5 hours for 42 kilometers. It means crazy amount of discipline is required. So discipline is the cornerstone of whatever we want to do. Watching 2 hours of Netflix versus preparing for marathon or speeches, right? It's boring task that we have to do. So discipline is nothing but doing boring tasks with dedication. And he has the dedication to do it. And second thing is experimentation. Like right off the bat, he probably would have not started by running 42 kilometers. First, he might be running 1 kilometer. 5 kilometers, then he might have thought, what if I run 10 kilometers? What if I run 20? What if 40? What if I run a marathon 42 kilometers? So that's how the improvement happened, and his discipline grew along with that. And he's running like full marathon right now. I've run 5 kilometers, I know how difficult it is. It's really difficult. So in the conclusion, I want to share with all of you that whatever you want to improve at, if it's running marathon, if it's improving public speaking, whatever it is, always think that discipline comes first. Discipline is the first thing that you have to keep in mind no matter what you're trying to do, and experiment new things. Try to do something new, otherwise doing same thing over and over is not going to help you grow. You have to experiment new things, and with discipline you can conquer whatever the goal you set. Because growth is never neutral. It's either positive, it's either negative. It's never zero. If you're not growing, you're probably going down. That is something which has happened with me. That's why I'm sharing it with all of you. And with that, I'd like to conclude my speech. Thank you everyone for listening.
Very wonderful speech and wonderful experience. Now it's time for 1 minute silence for feedback. I request all the members and guests to provide their feedback for Toastmaster Ankit's speech. And please don't make noise.
One question. Am I disqualified?
No.
I didn't see the green card.
You are qualified.
Thank you everyone for your wonderful feedback. Now welcome our next member from BTech Hood. He is Toastmaster Abhishek and he is a member since February 2023. His hobbies are watching movies with family and obviously public speaking. I would request his evaluator Toastmaster Gaurav for a brief introduction.
Morning all. So one of the important role of this community is to be part of the supportive community that we have. So we have a common goal, that is to help each other to become a confident speaker. And this particular role, which I think today Tanmay, Sonu and I am doing, is going on to that path. So speaker Abhishek Soni is going to talk about his journey of speech selection as his title. He is on the pathway presentation mastery. So for the benefit of guests, there are 12 paths in Toastmaster. You can select any one path, 5 levels. So he is on level 3 and there are 46 projects. So he is on level 3, project 1. And the objective of today's speech of Toastmaster Abhishek is to become an accomplished speaker in the public speaking platform. So over to you, Khushi, and all the best, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Speech selection, Toastmaster Abhishek. Toastmaster Abhishek, speech selection, best of luck.
Good morning, dear Toastmaster.
Good morning.
And fellow guests. After opted for the speech in Toastmaster, how many of us think let's skip it for the next week or postpone it for the next week? Have you ever think? I saw a couple of hands getting raised. This week I feel the same. I have the same feeling. On Monday, our VP Education has posted on the WhatsApp regarding the role that to be taken on this Sunday, 17 March. And I, at 1 p.m. on Monday, while scrolling the WhatsApp, I found out that speech slot is vacant. So I given my name, as from the last 2 weeks, I haven't taken any speech. So I have added my name, and our VP Education this week has allowed me, accepted my request and allowed me to take the speech. And I thanks for his gentle heart. Now, on Monday, same day, evening, at 6 p.m., while I was going to the WhatsApp and checking the WhatsApp, I found my name get allotted for the speech along with Toastmaster Ankit and Toastmaster Smith. And from there, my actual groundwork for the speech has started. As usual, like every Toastmasters, we get tense, and I was tense too. I was tense not because I had to come and on the stage and deliver the speech. I was tense on what topic I had to speak on. So now, while I was getting back from the office, I keep wondering now and then, like which topic should I take? And while talking to my friend, to my wife, I somewhere in my mind, I keep thinking, which topic should I take? Which topic should I take? Then I was watching Dumpty movie on Monday nights. So I was talking, let's speak on illegal migrants. Then I thought, I don't have any personal story over here. Neither do my family have. so I feel very sad. I have to cancel the topics. Then again, the next morning, Tuesday, I was sitting in my office, having my hand on my chest and the head, and then searching for the topics. And then I get an idea and click. Let's speak on the corporate culture and the corporate story. Then I found out, and I was very much excited and happy. Now I have the topics on my head. I have to write the content. After 2 hours, I realized in the last speech I have given on the corporate, somewhere on the corporate sideline. So giving again become a repeatable kind of things, and people do not accept it, willing to accept it. So I look forward to skip it out. And now, on the same night on Tuesday, while I was watching the news, and I figuring out at the same time on the topics, I get to know in the news a lot of discussion happening on the politics, on the 2024 election, Prime Minister of the India. So I decided, let's speak on who going to become the Prime Minister of India and the politics. Then again I get thrilled. I have the topics. But again, I get to know, our Toastmaster is famous for speaking caste, sex and politics. Now again I have to make some another plan for the topic. So I have again moved on from that topics. Now it's Wednesday. 2 days passed from the Monday. This topic has still not happened. And the tense, I'm getting more tense and frustrated. Then again, I was sitting at my home, wondering what topic should I speak on. So looking at this my poor condition, my wife asked me, what happened? You see? Why you are feeling so much tense? I replied, I have taken a speech in the Toastmasters. I haven't selected any topic selected. And in this scenario, I was very much tense because whenever you select the topics, you have the topics in your hand, you have the content written, and you have to do a lot of practice before coming to the stage. I haven't done anything. I am still on the verge of figuring out. Now it's first. This is the pass. The processor level at the top and I was super tense. So now I was looking out, let's skip this. Let's look forward for the next speech, for the next some other day. So at that time, I was almost looking forward to like let's drop the message. So I was figuring out, and then I was thinking, what message should I drop? Should I drop the illness message or what of Then I gone to the Toastmaster FGC group. I found a lot of messages, similar messages. Let's do some innovation over there. I was feeling very much excited, relaxed at that time. Chill and relaxed. Don't have to think anymore about the topics. Very much chill. But on Thursday night, while going to the bed, I realized, and someone told me in my mind, in my corner, I would say, never give up. I would say, never give up. And moreover, in my head, it is sounding me like you have eaten up someone's speech slot. Other than participating, I have benefit out of it, but you have going to eat up. So, sitting at the bed, again feel get taste. Yeah, now I have to do something. So I decided, let's speak on the hard journey of speech lecture, which every Toastmaster used to feel before coming to the stage. And always try, and it is easier to give up and skip it, but it's hard to stand and continue the journey. So, my request over here, when you take this speech, always be there in the stage, always try to select always come forward and take the speech. Don't skip it, because someone are getting lost because of your skip or because you given up. So never give up. Because until unless you are not thinking you are failed, you will not try it again and again. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek, for this wonderful message. Back out is never an option. Toastmaster Ankit say that. Okay, now it's time for feedback. 1 minute silence for the feedback.
Now I know why he was not replying to my messages last week.
He was busy. So the time is up. Thank you for your feedbacks. Before moving to the next session, that is table topics, I would like to hear some more stories. And yeah, Toastmaster Nidhi wants to share a story.
Okay. Of course, this is about unconditional love, the topic that we're talking about. So picture this. I'm in class 5 and I have a younger brother who's 3.5 years younger to me in class 2 at that point in time. And summer holidays, and we're very excited to visit a small town in Himachal Pradesh called Jogindanagar. Jogindanagar, that's where my Tauji and my uncle, he was posted there. And we're very excited because we're going to meet our cousins and everyone out there. So we traveled by train from Chandigarh and reached there, overnight journey and all of that. And of course the excitement of meeting our cousins who were of the same age, like in class 6 and class 3, and we were all playing. So their house is on a little tiny hillock on the first floor, and the houses in the hilly areas are not very high, of course. Although it's a first floor, but it's not as high as typically it would be in a big city. And all the kids were playing in the balcony of their house, all 4 of us. And the railing was a little low of the balcony. And suddenly my brother sat on the chair and fell off from the first floor. It was dark, it was around 10:30 at night. We were in a state of shock because as kids, we just got inside and screamed and told our parents that he has fallen. And they were like, okay, pick him up if he's fallen. Like, no, he's fallen down the floor. And so everyone then rushed down to find where it is. We were new, so my parents didn't know the way, and my Tauji and uncle and all of them, they could manage to pick him up. And of course, he had to be admitted. He was admitted in the hospital. There was a lot of blood loss from his nose and all of that. And suddenly we realized that in the hospital, the entire city, the town, most of the men and women were there, helping and supporting us. The very next day again, his treatment started. But the next day he had to be cured and all of that. And the whole community again assembled together. For the next 3-4 days, the holiday that actually became a nightmare for us, but the whole community, apart from the families too. And we had, of course, there for the first time, and it wasn't like we had known those people, but all of them really came together and helped. Thankfully, of course, he survived and he's with us, but that was, I think, the power of unconditional love that I experienced in a very, very young age. That point.
Let's get started.
We don't have that much
It's
time.
the last one.
Okay, I'm very brief. So the story was around one summer, long time back, when my parents visited us in Gurgaon. So me, my sister, my parents, we decided to go to Nainital. And as usual, I was late to catch the train. So I reached the station. I still remember after pushing my driver a lot, right? Just on the time, 1 or 2 minutes late, I was seeing the train was leaving the platform. What I did basically, I just got into the train and pulled the pulley or the string, and the train stopped only for 1 minute, so that my family can enter. So it was a full packed station. Everyone was in rush, and I couldn't see anyone. I pulled that one, and in the next compartment I found my sister and mother. Train started the journey after all of 1 minute. I couldn't find my father there in the station. And then I was searching in another compartment, and then after train left the station, I got a call from my father. He said, all of you have boarded? I said, yes. Where are you? So my dad said, I stayed back in the platform just to ensure that your mom and sister here not on the platform, right? Otherwise, they would have no clue where to go and how to coordinate. This thing actually struck me quite nicely. It didn't come to my mind that time that I have to also ensure that family members are there. I probably initiated, but I stayed in the train and looking for things. But my father stayed without any coordination in the station. He could take the train that time, but he didn't take the train just to ensure, check the platform that everyone were boarded. So to me, it was an unconditional life, if I reflect on this.
Let's move towards our next session, that is table topics. This will be headed by another member of BTech Hood, and that is Toastmaster Anurag. He is member since February 2023. He is data analyst, and his hobbies are reading, books and music.
So every one of you might have different memories to share, and you might not get time in the previous session. So I thought I am hoping you will get in this session. So as every human being have different phase in life, but the most memorable phase for someone is their childhood. As you might have witnessed that most of the memories that people have shared today are related to their childhood. So, and I think because of that, I think we should relive those memories today. Considering this thing, today's table topic session is aligned with this theme. Now let me share the process for this. I'm going to give you one word, one single word, and you have to think about any childhood moment that you have, and which associate with this one word, and you have to share this memory with us.
What is that word?
It varies from person to person. Different topics. So topics are help you to think about yourself internally.
Very deep.
Don't deep. There is deep meaning inside every topic, which put you in a situation to think about yourself internally. And then I think thinking about their childhood memories, since it is something that everyone carry with herself or himself, so it's not a big deal. And there is a approach we usually follow in table topic session, that is Oreo approach. But I think that approach would not required in this kind of table topic scenario. So now I would like to start this session, and now let's see who's gonna start first. Anyone who want to join? Yeah. Toastmasters. You have to choose any number out of 15. So your topic is, or I could say word. The word you have to use is friendship.
Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and my dear guests, I think I have been given a word which is very close to my heart, friendship. Right from my age of 3 years or 4 years, I met a friend who I have been really close to, even more closer than I am with my family. Her name is Diksha. So there are really fond memories which I have of her and me doing all sort of adventurous activities, the kind of things we shared with each other, the kind of places we went to, really shaped my personality into what I am today. So one or two things I would share with respect to those aspects which I have gained really from our bond together. So I don't know how it came to us. We were really Harry Potter fans. And I don't know if you've heard about Hardy Boys novels. Yes. Right? So we were really those kind of people who love to read Hardy Boys, Harry Potter. So I don't know, our bond together made us more adventurous, more explorers of life, like really open to new challenges. I'm not sure how it came to us, but that once two people get together, it enhances your personality, right? So that I think we did to each other when we were together. So it was my whole school time we were together, and our teachers were so afraid of us at, sometimes that these two girls are going to the end of the periphery of the school just to explore that what is there. So they were really scared of us. At times we had a lot of things to hear. But yeah, I think that shaped our personality to become explorers of life. I think that is one of the most important things I have learned, just to explore, keep yourself open towards anything life has to offer. So that friendship has provided me that treasure which I really value and cherish for life.
Thank you so much.
Really nice story from Bhavana's childhood. Now, for the next guest,
Dada sir.
I would request one guest to please participate. Please raise your hand.
इधर से she was over.
Your name?
Apurva.
Choose any number out of 15. Adventure.
Oh my god. Can I
You
take
know.
it, please?
No, you can't.
No.
I don't have any memory, anything in regards to adventure because I am not a very adventurous person.
You can give a
I think
You
he
can
can.
start it with
Okay,
this.
you can
Like
say
I'm
it.
an adventure person. I never
Got
see.
Okay, hi everyone, please come back to this topic. So I have given the topic of adventure. I am not an adventurous person. I have never, okay, so when I went to Goa, I have done some sort of adventurous activities. I don't know whether it is adventure or not, but I had tried it, bungee jumping. So it was quite fun experience to me, but I really didn't like it because when I was there, I was just saying this was hard, so it was like I really enjoyed it, but it was okay, and I don't know what to say to this adventure thing, but I'm sorry, but I don't know. I don't able to physically
Nice, Apurva. Even after this is something we call never give up, as mentioned by Toastmaster Abhishek. It's not just about speak; it's also about the topic that is given to you. It's not about how you perform, but it's about don't leave this opportunity. Now for the next topic, also one more thing that I would like to share with you, that memory should be until your school days only, because I don't think we will consider childhood after that. So it should be up to 12th standard. Now who's gonna come next?
Guest.
Yeah. One member.
Guest.
Dada sahib.
Yeah.
Dada Sahib.
Dada Sahib. Choose any topic, Papa. So your topic is diversity.
Childhood, it should be related to childhood.
There are a lot of examples related to diversity, like from different backgrounds, from
You want to change your topic?
You cannot say
Diversity.
That is not allowed. Rules are rules. You have to think.
As I told to everyone that some topics are difficult.
It depends on your luck. Your luck.
Choose another one. Special case. He will have a special case that.
let him try actually.
Yeah. You try at least.
This is not the rule actually. You can try when you school related.
You can talk about
Your experience playing with friends, where girls were also.
We have only 3 minutes left.
Okay. Now start.
Good morning, Toastmaster.
Good morning.
This is quite challenging for me, but anyway, if you're forcing me to talk something about this, so still I'm trying to talk something about diversity. In school days, I observed so many differences between caste-wise or boy is girl. So sometimes I don't want to accept such type of diversity. So it should not happen. And sorry. Thank you.
Underwent last.
We have 5 minutes.
We have 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes. I am the timer.
We have to extend it because
We have
Toastmaster of the
to
day
extend
actually took a lot of time.
So that's not my problem.
Now I would like to invite one guest. If you want to come. Your name?
I'm Ishani.
Ishani. Choose any number out of 15, Ishani.
Again, 13.
13, silly.
Silly. Okay.
So your word is silly. What do you?
I would say silly is something which defines me because all the time I'm the one who's making mistakes. I look silly when it comes to my friend circle. I'll do everything possible to make my friends laugh. In my college days, we were 3 friends. It was a huge group, but then 3 of us were one of those clown types, and we used to make dances, make faces, make expressions so that my friend circle, they always adored me. They said, Shani, you should definitely go and try for laughter challenge or something. And after I got married, so I was so habitual of making all those jokes that it was so naturally, so every time I was talking to my husband, I would say some silly joke and he was like completely lost that what does she even mean? So I did the same thing with my parents. So I also reciprocated the same thing with my in-laws. So I used to crack bad jokes, and then they used to feel offended, and later I realized that there is a specific way I need to behave in the house which I'm married in, and the childhood journey is all long gone. So I would say now I refrain myself, but then that's how I am. So I go out, I go with my society friends, and then I make all those jokes which were there throughout the day in my mind, and then I crack all those jokes in front of them. I feel relieved, and then I go back and sleep peacefully.
You have to choose any number out of 15.
You choose which is the simplest one.
Today, unfortunately, you have to choose now. Otherwise.
You choose for me. I given that liberty to you.
Fear.
Reverse.
The number is
Reverse.
Fear. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And the subject I got for the fear. I will tell you what is the fear in my childhood. I have basically studied or born and born in C-class city. You know Amravati?
Yes.
Amravati is 150 kilometers from Nagpur. So my father is a very terror person. We are only two, my brother and me. So in those days, we are staying in a combined family. So I like dosa, masala dosa and all these things. In my childhood, dosa price was 30 paisa. But whenever I want to eat, I can't go to my father because of the fear. I have to go pass through my mother. So in those days, my father is a typical person. If I want to take some innerwears and all these things, he used to go only one place, that shop, not other shops. So on that shop, opposite to that, one basically canteen was there, Godugda Sagar. So whenever I want to eat, so first I used to tell my mother, Mother, we want to eat the dosa. Mother used to say, no. So what I used to do, you know, that innerwear, I used to slightly tear and go in front of like this, my father. My father used to call mother, hey, you are not sick, Prashant Banyan? Yeah, no, you see, let's go today evening for the purchase of this. So that is the opportunity for me. So when we go there, so I used to call mother, Mummy, tell father, okay, just I will see the board. Mummy, then my mother used to tell, hey, can we go to eat dosa? Like usual my father. आज घर पे खाना नहीं बनाए क्या? You are not made any food. But actually what happened is saying, okay, so for that 30 paisa dosa, you see the fear. I basically, here's this man, tell to mother 10 times, she used to fear, and only I am able to eat 30 paisa dosa. That is called fear in my child.
Next, any member? Yes. Member to line. Unity.
Good morning again. Good morning. There are many stories from my childhood regarding unity. And I think if I start speaking about it, it will touch upon some of the previous topics as well. It starts with the first topic, friendship. And I had very good friends during my childhood where we used to do all the mischievous stuff with unity. And one of the things was, in summer days, going to steal mangoes. There was a school close to where we used to stay, and during the summer vacations we used to cross the compound wall and get into the school and throw stones at the mango trees to get mangoes. The funny part was, it was a girls' school. And luckily, since it is summer vacation, it was empty during those times. But it was a missionary school at the same time. The nuns and everybody used to be present. So one day, as we were plucking mangoes, throwing stones, getting mangoes, we got a bag full almost. And then we decided, okay, there are some play areas over there on the garden on the side. Let's do some activity over there. We are eating mangoes and gossiping 4 or 5 of our friends. And at that moment, I'm talking to them and saying, oh my God, let's run now. I look back, there are 3 or 4 guards, and there is a nun who is coming, here, come here. And we then jumped and started running towards the compound wall. Because the gate was on the other side. We couldn't come over there, we came from the compound wall. We were crossing the compound wall. Now there was a small place between the fences where you could jump and you couldn't land in someone's backyard. And within that gap, you could run and get to the street. I didn't know I was lost. The 2, 3 of my friends, they took that exit, jumped over, and one of them climbed up and said, come here, this is the way. And that is what is unity. It saved me. Otherwise, I would have got caught in that one. So thank you all. Thank you.
Really nice story shared by Toastmaster Fitness. As you can see, since there is some time constraint and we are not allowed to moving ahead with this session further. But one thing that you have noticed for guests, you can see like here on Toastmaster, if a topic is given to you, like back out is not an option. You have to perform. It's not about winning or losing. Either you are perform good or not perform good, but it's about performance. And so this is also a good thing that we did today. We didn't back out, we didn't take or change the topic today. Now with this, I would like to end this session and I would like to enroll this stage.
Let's give a big round of applause for this. Very creative and Now it's the time for evaluations, which is the most important part of today's meeting. And to start evaluations, I would like to call our journal evaluator, Toastmaster Anurag.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, and what a wonderful meeting it is. Are you guys ready to have your breakfast?
Yeah.
Yes. How many people can I see? Okay, quite a few hungry people. So in Toastmasters, we have a saying that evaluation is the breakfast of champions. So right now we're going to have our breakfast. Right? We have wonderful evaluators with us, and it's been an amazing meeting. We have not had anyone who has been mercurial till now. So let's keep it that way. So with that, I would like to call on the stage our first evaluator for today. So if we can have our first evaluator for today, which is Toastmaster Tanmoy.
Thank you. The first step is always the hardest, and today Smriti Khandelwal took the first step. So kudos to her to show the courage, stand here and deliver a wonderful speech. Smriti today took an interesting topic. It's called social media addiction. It touches all of our life. We face that. Me myself always face that. Sometimes I use it for my good things, and sometimes really it distracted me to do other things. And Smriti took us through that journey very nicely. She started with definition of social media, what kind of platform we have. Then she spoke about different type of addiction and how it can impact different folks, starting with teenagers, children to even young adults, and of course adults. So we could relate and we could sense what kind of impact, and because we also experience that day-to-day life. And she also towards the end spoke about impact in terms of your cognitive power, impact in terms of your health issue, impact in terms of your work productivity. So it was wonderful to have that kind of informative speech. Now, of course, when I introduced her, I was expecting an ice-breaking speech because it was her first speech. I couldn't see that. I will take the blame on us because I think as a in Toastmaster Club, as a mentor, the mentor needs to play certain role, particularly for the new member. So probably we need to do a job here. I don't know who is her mentor. She also doesn't know, apparently. So I would encourage, without telling the name, that the mentor to coordinate with her, guide her, so that she can wonderfully grow. Now, when you talk about speech, there are different aspects. First, the impact aspect, and there are different ways you can be impactful. You can educate, you can motivate, you can entertain. She chose the part of education. So that's one thing. That's a nice way to start. If we talk about journey of a Toastmaster or any speaker, the way I view, there are 4 steps. You start with informative speaker, then you become motivational speaker, and then you become inspirational, and last is transformational, right? So she started with nice journey, always better to start with information, there you will never go wrong. And I can remember when she was delivering the speech, though she was using the script, but when she wanted to explain, she was looking to the audience and explain the thing. So I can clearly see that she has a spark, right? Over the time she can use and actually look at the audience without script she can deliver. Probably over time she will do that. Opening was very good with very clear intent. The structure was logical, as I said, I could clearly see the structure. Of course, when you talk about different other things, particularly even for this speech, I would recommend you to use your own life story. So sometimes theoretical or only information, if you use your own life story, it will come from your life. It will make you easy, and also audience will they will see the passion and can basically be entertained with your own journey. So that would be one recommendation for you. Closing, I would say that she closed it a bit early. She could actually took little longer time to explain the as I said, use ma'am, can you yeah, little bit difficult. No problem. So that's quite important that how you close. So you could little bit summarize this thing. You ended with impact, but with impact probably some key takeaways for the audience could have give you very good closing. In terms of your posture, like and voice and words, if I basically talked about the mediums, you were standing here. You were here with your confident standing position. That is quite good. And what I would say basically, use the stage movement as you said. Initially you will hesitate, but over the time if you practice, use your broad basically gesture, it will give you more confidence. Your words were nice, and in terms of grammar I couldn't find any issue. So overall I found basically it's a very good beginning, and I'm sure that over time we'll add more. I'll end with basically saying one line that start with what you where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. I wish you luck. I'm sure that we'll see more wonderful speeches in future.
Thank you so much for that wonderful evaluation. It was very detailed, and you spoke everything about recommendation. So in Toastmasters, we have an approach which is called the sandwich approach, where you have the commendation, recommendation, and commendation. So you followed that approach. Well done on that. And just to add a little bit, you can just summarize at the end what were the good points, what were the things to work on. So people get a summary at the end of the evaluation, something that you can add. Amazing speech. It's a wonderful speech. I mean, first time giving a speech up here is a really big challenge, and you did that really well. Kudos to you. And you will get better with every other speech. I always say that 50% is just coming up here and giving a speech. So if you've done that, you've done the 50%. Now with that, we call on the stage our second evaluator for today. Our second evaluator today is Toastmaster Sonu. We can have you on the stage. With a big round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Speech title was Growth. Someone has said that knowing yourself is the beginning of all the wisdom. This is what Toastmaster Ankit has demonstrated today. Growth, where he introspected about his own speech journey, and he found that there was a negative growth, where his initial speeches were better than his current speeches. So he found there was a problem, that he was growing in a reverse mode. He introspected further what are the reasons for this reverse growth. Reason number 1, lack of discipline. Reason number 2,
Lack of experimentation.
lack of innovation. Reason number 3, lack of preparation. So he understood they are the reasons why I am growing in a reverse mode. Then third, he looked for a solution. He approached Toastmaster Varun, who is expert in running 42-kilometer marathon. He approached him and found that it is possible, but again when he asked, yes, I know that how it is possible. So this shows that he was trying to engage the audiences with his skill of humorous speech. There were other examples or other ways that he mentioned. He demonstrated that he was able to engage with the audiences. The way he said that spending 2 hours on Netflix versus waking up at 4:30 and preparing for marathon. And the third one he mentioned that I liked a lot, that was there was a negative growth. How it is possible, like coming to the Toastmaster club every time and just understanding oneself that I am growing in a negative mode. So it's something that creates humor and it engages the audiences, which was the objective of the today's speech, that you have to select a topic, you have to create a structure, and then you have to engage the audiences. So very well done by Toastmaster Ankit. He had selected a topic that was growth, though he spoke about negative growth. Then he structured that what were the problems, and then finally he got a solution also. So well done by Toastmaster Ankit. There were 2 recommendations only. Throughout the speech, I found that the Toastmaster Ankit was looking for validations. Toastmasters, we are Toastmasters. We don't require any validation from anyone else. We are self-validation. We are the persons who do self-validation. And the second challenge, I would say that you should challenge yourself. In one of the last speeches also, I had given this challenge to you, that you speak with, there is a good content, you speak with mouth, and good speakers always put their all the energy and they speak from their belly. Just try this, practice this, and we all can witness good speeches in coming days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters, Sonu, for that wonderful evaluation. I really liked your evaluation because you really started off with a quote, and that really helped to connect with the audience, and then you put a lot of points across. The validation point is really rightly put across. And I'm sure after hearing your evaluation, the speaker is not feeling any mercurial at all. Great evaluation. So with that, we move on this journey of evaluation, having our breakfast. And with our third course of breakfast, we come with the third evaluator for today, that is Toastmaster Gaurav. Let's have a big round of applause.
Courage doesn't always soar. Courage doesn't always soar. Sometimes, courage is a quiet voice at the end of the day, saying, I will try. I will try again tomorrow. Said by Mary Anna. And I think today, that's what we learned from Toastmasters Abhishek's speech today. That I will try tomorrow. 3 things which really stood out for me in his speech were, the first one, the captivating storyboarding. So he started with, from Monday to his journey till Sunday, how he performed, how he was thinking, what topic he should choose. So the kind of storyboarding Abhishek did from Monday to Sunday, that was really fascinating to hear. So which topic, from corporate to Prime Minister, the personal story he added. So I think amazing work on that one, Toastmaster Abhishek. Second is the engaging speech, the kind of question he asked in the beginning. And I think the question was, how many of you would back off when you have taken a role or a speech topic to perform? Very relatable to all of us who are sitting out here. Humor. Let me skip the speech this time. Let me skip the role. And third one was role play. He role played with his wife. He role played with one of his, I think, with his own devil side and with his own better side. And the last thing which really stood out for me was his body language and the stage coverage he did. So for the new Toastmasters, I think today we saw again in the table topic speeches, there were a few people who were just standing at one place and delivering. So that is something which we should never do, and we have to learn that from Toastmaster Abhishek, that you need to cover the complete stage. So one of the things which we talk about is W approach. So you can start from here, you can go back, come forward, and then do the same thing. So fascinating in that manner. Again, hand gestures, he was keeping it back, he was taking his hand back, hand on his cheek, and all those things. So amazing, fantastic body language as well. Every speech has some of the other constructive criticism. So I have 2 for Toastmaster Abhishek today. I think voice modulation is something Toastmaster Abhishek you need to work on, because while there was good role play between you and your wife, there was good role play between the good side and the bad side of Abhishek.
I think voice modulation would have added to the story. Second, pauses are really important. While you were giving your speech, one thing which I wanted you to do was pauses. When you said never give up, there's a silence in the room. And it will create more impact than speaking something continuously. So pauses are really important. So in conclusion, I think the last 1 week has been quite mercurial for Abhishek. He can take work, he can work on, if he can work on voice modulation and take process at the right time, with his incredible speech, engaging speech, body language and captivating storyboarding skills, I think we are going to see many savage speeches from him going forward. Thank you. Wonderful evaluation.
So I must say you started with the code once again with your evaluation and you had all the points, and I agree with your points which you have given for recommendation. Voice modulation can be used. But it was an amazing speech. First of all, evaluation, amazing. You had the summary at the end where what things you need to work on and what were great. So wonderful job. And with the speech itself was an amazing speech, very funny, and you connected with, I think, everybody here, because we are all Toastmasters, we have that time when we prepare for a speech. So amazing, and I agree with these recommendations to work a bit on the voice modulation. One more thing is to work on the clarity of the words. There's some words I felt I could not understand, but that will come with practice. But I found that your speech was, so relatable, and it was so funny that I was laughing the entire time. So kudos to you on that. Now with that, we have our tag team to give us...
There is one more role, table topic evaluator.
Okay, we have a table topic evaluator as well. Oh, amazing. So with that, let's call upon the stage the table topic evaluator for today. With an enormous round of applause, guys. Clapping is actually good for your health.
So I know how difficult it is to come here and speak, especially impromptu, and everyone who came here today showed the guts to speak, did a commendable job. So starting with Bhavna. So your topic was friendship. I think the way you started, it is very close to my heart. That's what you said, and I think each one of us could relate, because friendship is something that is close to everyone's heart. So I think that created a tension between the audience and you, that they are able to relate to what you are trying to say. Your eye contact is excellent. You connected it with a memorable experience of your past. So again, that was a good thing. One thing I felt that could have been better was your stage movement, which I felt was restricted. You started, your hand gestures were good, you were here, and you went here, and then you stopped here. You did not go back, you did not move, it was nothing. So that could have been a bit better. Overall, again, what you spoke did not feel like a table topic. It was very well structured. I don't know how you do it, but it was very well structured, and I love that. So overall, it was very impressive. Second, Apurva. So yours was adventure. Your gestures were very good. Your vocal variety was very good when you said that utaro, utaro. You could have connected it to someone, since you're not a very adventurous person. You could have just connected it with your friends or siblings, maybe when they push you to get into some sort of adventurous activities or anything. They connected it with something so that you're able to speak. So you could have done that, but I know it's very difficult. I am saying it, but I know it's very difficult, so it was just a suggestion. Yeah, overall it was very good. Dada Sahib, your topic was very difficult, so it's okay, but I am so proud of you. You came here and you did not give up and you tried, and I think that is the most important thing, and next time I think you'll be able to speak for 1 minute and more. Shani, so excellent body gestures, very good pauses. You were using your hands, you did something like this, you did few of the things that I felt were very good. Your confidence was very good if you're a guest, and it's not easy. Facial expressions were also very good. One thing I would recommend you to work a little on your eye contact. So I was sitting there, I did not feel that you saw that side, that corner. So that is something you can work on. But overall, I think I loved what you said, and Yeah, just join the club so that we can hear more of your humorous speeches and jokes. Next, I'm sorry, what's your name?
Prashant.
Prashant. Yeah, so I think you were very calm and composed on the stage, like very calm and composed. I did not feel nervousness even for a second. Yeah, your pitch, you said आज घर पर क्या क्या आज घर पे खाना नहीं बना क्या, that was the pitch was very good. I felt you could be a little louder because I missed few of your words what you were trying to say. But overall, I think it was flawless. I couldn't actually find any kind of flaws in it. You covered the stage very well from left to right. That was also things that I liked. Next is Prithvish. So your hand gestures were very good. That is something I really liked. One recommendation for you that I've written is to work on your voice modulation, since you were sharing an experience and you're talking about your friends who were calling you, like you said, come, something you said like that, right? So I felt that it was there was no high and low into that. So if you could just work on your voice modulation, it will be better to connect. And also the pauses, which I felt were missing, thoda sa. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful paper topic evaluation. Let's have another big round of applause. Finally, we can call on the stage our tag team for today. And our tag team, the T stands for timer. So first of all, we would like to call on this amazing stage our wonderful timer for today. With an enormous round of applause, guys.
First of all, I did not done wonderful job. Today's session was so funny and so engaging. At some point of time, I could not record the timing, could not raise the signal, and Ankit rightly pointed out, was I disqualified or not, because your speech was so engaging, so funny, that I was so into your speech, and I really forgot to record the time. So yeah, it's a very tough role.
You are covering up.
So starting with the meeting started little late. It was late by 1 minute only. Then Sergeant of Arm took 2 minutes. Allotted time was 2 minutes. Presiding officer took 7 minutes. Allotted time was 5 minutes. Then joke master, allotted time was 5 minutes. Took 1 minute 30 seconds. Journal evaluator, allotted time was 5 minutes. Took 5 minutes. Toastmaster of the day took, allotted time was 18 minutes, you took 18 minutes. I am not counting that time which you took. Then on the speaking, on the prepared section, Smriti, allotted time was 6 minutes, you took 4 minutes. Ankit, allotted time was 7 minutes, you took 6 minutes 30 seconds. Abhishek, allotted time was 7 minutes, you took 6 minutes 45 seconds. For the table topic, Bhavna, allotted time was 2 minutes, you took 2 minutes 24 seconds. Apurva, allotted time was 2 minutes, you took 1 minute. Dada Sai, you took 53 seconds. Ishani, you took 1 minute 53 seconds. Prashant, you took 2 minutes 30 seconds. Prithvish, you took 1 minute 57 seconds. So except Dada Sai, everyone is qualified. Evaluation, Tanmay, so here is another mistake. In the meeting format, the evaluator time was 5 minutes. But actually it's 3 minutes and you took 5 minutes 19 seconds. So I'm not, because of that mistake I'm not disqualifying you. Sonu, you took 3 minutes 30 seconds. Gaurav, you took 3 minutes 30 seconds. Diya, you took 4 minutes 26 seconds, and allotted time for you was 5 minutes. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, member of the day. And I must say it's a very detailed report. You're not saying you were saying I didn't do a wonderful job, but a very detailed report, one of the most detailed report I have seen. So kudos to you. And I could see you fighting for the time as well with Rahul to keep us on track. So well done. With that, we call on the stage our second role player, which is the R counter for today. So we can have a big round of applause for that.
So good afternoon everyone once again. So our counter, as I think TM Anurag pointed out, that this is going to be really exciting, and this role I am doing it for the first time. And first thing I realized is that when you are listening, otherwise not as a counter, you don't realize that how many words which we use, and even the seasoned one, seasoned speaker, they are also using it. And this is what I have realized with this, sitting here first time, that this is what we do. And I think this happened unconsciously. But one thing which I have realized is that when you are seasoned, you use it less. I think that's what we are maybe working on. That maybe when you are new, you use a lot of so, like, I think, all these words, and this reduces over a period of time. So that is one. And second is when you are concluding, or when you are in rush, I think then you start using it more often, because I think maybe subconsciously you're trying to conclude, and the mind stops working there. And these are the two things which I noticed when I was analyzing it. So I'll start with one by one. I think TM Khushi, everything was very smooth. I think now she is used to the stage. So she hasn't used more of filler word, but you used I think maybe 5 to 6 times, but it was a long duration, so I think this is fine. Joke Master Ankita, there were no pauses, it was fine. Anurag, I think he's a seasoned speaker. He was speaking very consciously. So, but there were few of the R which you have used during your speech, but otherwise there were no filler words which was used. Timer, TM Ayush, I think you used a lot of so when you were giving your analysis here. So maybe you can work on that. R is used somewhere around 5 to 6 times, but it was more of so filler word which you used more. TM Pitfish, I have no feedback for you. Okay, on the speeches, Smriti, you have done a good job. Starting here for the first speech, is not easy. So you used, because you were reading it more from the book, so there were less filler words used. But yeah, there were and so, which was used a few times. TM Ankit, you used a few times, but otherwise there were no filler words. You were quite confident speaking here. And TM Abhishek, to be honest, I got so engrossed in your speech because it was in a very good flow. I lost little bit, in between. Maybe you used it, but yes, you used so, when you were, I think, towards the end concluding. So, then I would say for TM Anurag, this was, you used few of the, filler words like but and like. Maybe you can work on that. For the table topics, I would say, I think everybody was, because it was a very short period of time, but there were few crunch words which were used like okay, and a few, times. And last on the evaluators, TM Tanmay, I think when you initially started, there were no pauses, but maybe towards the end you started using a little bit. TM Sonu, I think she used a few number of times. Maybe she can work on that. And last, TM Gaurav, I think you used, I think is something which comes naturally to you. That's what I noticed, and you used it particularly towards the end, a lot of times. So I think that's my analysis, and I think maybe this has also given me an experience that this is what our counter is noting when we are speaking. So, and this is also going to be a learning for me when I am preparing my speech, that I try to minimize it as much as possible. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster.
You gave us the hard facts, and I'm sure we don't have any mercurial feelings about that. So good job. With that, we call the last but not least person on the stage, which is the grammarian for today. So let's have a big round of applause for him.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. The grammarian report, it's quite good. There has been good usage of English, and what has surprised me is, of course, there have been seasoned speakers over here, but even the new ones have used some good words. I will summarize it. No, I will not get into the very specifics of each individual because due to time constraint. Some of the good usage are reciprocate, impulse, cherish, emulate, and one of my favorites is instead of saying negative, saying it reverse mode. It's this kind of euphemism, it works very well in the corporate world. Instead of giving a negative feedback, you are going in the reverse mode. Then devil side and better side. That's a very nice way to present. Okay, then coming to some of the not so good instances, some corrections that can be done. I didn't heard it. Instead of that, you can say I didn't hear it. Even though it is the past tense, but it's still we do not use past tense. Who can they give? Instead of who can they give, better to say what can they give. There has been some instances where singular and plural got mixed up. Instead of saying I could not select a topic, I could select topics. So one has to be very careful which tense, plural or singular you're trying to explain. After opted, instead of after opted, after opting. You are in the past continuous tense, just explaining your feelings. Then there was one more usage, by going to the bed. Instead of by going to the bed, while going to bed. We want to eat the dosa. It's instead of saying we want to eat the dosa, we want to eat dosa. It's not one particular dosa that you are targeting, you want to eat it. It's in general. And one of the things I observe is that Hindi has been used quite often in the speeches, in evaluation. It's fine over here. It's a bit informal. It's Toastmasters. We are here to be better speakers. We are not here because we are better speakers. But sometimes the audience might not be, could be someone who doesn't understand Hindi. It could be international people if you work in the corporate world, or even people from diverse background who don't understand. It's better to stick to English because that's what we are trying to improve over here.
So my question to you, even if you speak in Hindi, but if you are translating in English, okay, sometimes what?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's okay.
That's
because
okay.
basically what I want to get the gravity of that job, basically of that word, it is sometimes you speak in Hindi and then you convert it to English.
Yes, that's fine. But it's better to use an equivalent phrase so that people who don't understand the language get also the flavor of it. Well, I think the time is up. Coming to the word of the day, I think nobody liked this word. Except Balkonian on stage. So, use it. And thanks to the general evaluator for using it, I think 4 times. So that's all my report is. Thank you.
Let's have a big round of applause for Thank you for that wonderful report. And now I believe we come to the report of the general evaluator. So I would like to share my report holistically about the whole meeting. I'll just get my notes. I believe learning is very important, and that is something we learn in every Toastmaster meeting. So first I'll start off with, we started the meeting at 10:31 as per my timing. So 1 minute we were just over time, something we can work on.
I really like the role of the joke master. So that is something that I'm seeing first or second time. But it was really great to have someone come up here and give jokes. I mean, that is a talent that you can develop. So well done on that. I really like the theme. The theme was unconditional. So a great job by Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Khushi. Let's have a big round of applause. It was a very unique theme. And there was someone who said that unconditional love is equal to 100% acceptance. So that was a really good takeaway for me. Another person said, by small support, you can get unconditional love. And he gave an amazing story. So another wonderful takeaway. Mercurial was the word, and I really like this word. I don't know why. But I think if you say it a lot of times, it becomes into your vocabulary. So I think by now I've said probably 7-8 times. So tomorrow I'll be using this word. So I think it's just like that. So word of the day. So just give it a chance, speak it whenever you can, and tomorrow you might be speaking it with your colleagues, and they'll be like, "Wow, what is this word?" So a simple thing. Great activity by presiding officer to engage the audience. I really like that you had that touch your ears, nose, and it really helped to make people alert, give their attention to the people on the stage, and a great way to activate them and be, attentive. So wonderful job. Let's have a big round of applause. Great activity by TMOD as well. You had that unconditional love or unconditional. You had that chits that you gave out, so people had to write whatever they wanted to get off their chest. They could do that. So it was a great way to confess anything you wanted to confess. So a great, I think, for your mental peace, it was a great activity. Well done on that. Another learning that I got is degrowth in speaking. So the speaker talked about having degrowth, and the two reasons were no discipline in your speech preparation, and another thing was not experimenting with your speeches. So that I found really insightful. That's something I can do. Another thing is, whenever you want to improve at anything, he said that you need discipline. So I think that goes for each and everything that you want to do in your life. Now, another takeaway was, it is easy to give up, but it's harder to continue, which was one of the speeches, and he talked about that when you are giving away your speech slot, you are eating away someone's speech slot. So basically, you should not say no if you have already agreed, just to go with it. So that was a great insight for me. Now, one thing that I noticed that we can work on is someone using the phone while the speaker was on the stage, so that can disrupt the speaker on the stage. So something we can avoid. If we do get a call, we can go straight away outside, and that way the person will not be disturbed. I really liked a person shared the W approach of using the stage. So I think that's something very effective. I've heard the first time, so something I'll be using. A great thing. Another thing is negative. Someone said instead of saying negative, you can say that reverse mode. So something we can use, because negative is in itself a negative word. So you're attracting that energy. So reverse mode we can use. Another thing was if you speak in Hindi, so what you can do, you can use Hindi, but give your translation. So that word what you have used, just give your translation after that word, so that people, all of them, understand it. Right? Overall, I think we should be finishing on time. I don't have a watch over here, but I think we should finish on time. It's been an amazing meeting, and that is my report for this wonderful meeting. Thank you so much, and back to the society.
Big round of applause for the general evaluator. Let's have a big round of applause for our Toastmaster of the day as well. And a big round of applause for all of us. The voting links are shared. I would request everyone to do vote so that we can decide the winner. I would request the members to share the QR code with the guests so that they can also vote.
It's been shared.
members can share the QR code with the guest, every guest, if they do not have.
Yes,
Meanwhile, we can get started with the guest feedback. I would request guests to share anything about the meeting, anything they like, anything they dislike, or any kind of suggestion. Any volunteer? Man, would you like to volunteer?
Is it okay if I stand here?
There itself you
Yeah.
can.
To be true, it was really amazing experience. I've always been very afraid to come up and speak something. Normally, I'm the one backbenchers. I'll just sit. I'll have multiple questions in my mind, but then I'm not one of those who will just raise their hands and ask those questions. So, like I shared, I wanted to overcome this hesitation, so that's why I'm here. And today, coming up over the stage and delivering, I'm feeling much better. I can see that rest all who came have similar kind of feelings. The time they were sitting, they were coming back, there was some kind of relaxation. Very, I would say it's an amazing experience. It's one step towards the next, becoming some good speaker or something, I don't know. But then, yeah, definitely it's a stepping stone, and I would be, regularly coming for this. Thank you so much.
Any other guest would like to volunteer? Yes, any suggestion, any kind of thing? Or should I point it out? Yes, ma'am.
So, I have been trying to come to this club for almost 3-4 months now, so I contacted Rahul. But every time it was another thing, and probably I had that hesitation that, how I will join such a big group. And I'm not young, so you feel that at this age, joining this kind of club might not be, you might not be comfortable. But today I really felt very nice, and I really feel that this can be my stepping stone towards becoming a good speaker. Although I have been in corporate for almost 26 years now, but I am more of a techie. So I never felt the need to connect with people or become a public speaker. But now I feel that when you're growing up in your career and even as a mom or as a parent, right? So these skills become a little bit more important than what you would have felt in your younger days, right? So from that perspective, I feel it's a very good platform, and I'm sure that you'll see me more in this forum. Thank you.
Thank
Just to add, ma'am, our youngest Toastmaster, he has moved to some other club. He is Toastmaster Baku. He is only 62 years of age. And the oldest is sitting out here. So we have, I think, the complete sphere from.
I think there was one lady, and I felt a little bit consternation that if she can join, I can come.
Age is not a, I think.
Age is just a number.
Shall I share you one example? Actually, what happened now, just now you told about your doctor. So today also, he yesterday wanted to go into and join the Toastmaster club, and he got an award also. In fact, I was in Davos. I saw 2-3 months, and then we have the excitement. I also joined there, and the good part is that what people also surprised. Oh my God, the person came from India and joined this Davos Toastmaster. So what happens once you join that? You always feel that this Saturday was when I am missing something.
So actually, I think in public speaking, everybody wants to become a good public speaker, but that hesitation always sticks around. So, and nobody, as an adult, you don't get that forum to experiment. As kids, they do get it, but as adults, we don't get that. So I reference for Toastmaster from my sister. She's in US and she has joined Toastmaster there. And she said there must be something in Gurgaon, so we went there.
Thank you, ma'am, for now we're moving on with the winner. Let's start with the auxiliary role player. We had Toastmaster Ruchita as the counter, we had Toastmaster Prithvish as the grammarian, and we had Toastmaster Piyush as the timer. Who do you think is the best auxiliary role player for today's meeting? Any other? It goes to Toastmaster Ruchita. You can use your own phone. Okay,
इसमें वीडियो के साथ ही खिंच जाता है. Yeah, it is taken.
It's done. Thank you.
Now the best evaluator role. We had 4 evaluators. We had Toastmaster Tanmay, we had Toastmaster Sonu, we had Toastmaster Gaurav, and we had Toastmaster Diya as table topic evaluator. Who do you think is the best table topic
Toastmaster
evaluator?
Diya. Toastmaster Diya.
It goes to Toastmaster Diya. Moving on with the table topic speaker award. We had 7 or 8 amazing speakers. Who do you think is the best table topic speaker for today's meeting? Any other guesses? It goes to future Toastmaster Ishani. Now the best role player award. We had 3 amazing role players, 4 amazing role players. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Khushi. General evaluator, Toastmaster Anurag. Table topic master, Toastmaster Anurag. And the joke master, Toastmaster Ankita. Who do you think is the best role player for today's meeting? Khushi. It goes to Toastmaster Khushi. Now, did I do anything wrong?
You see that in the video.
Moving on, the most awaited award for today's meeting, the best speaker award. We had 3 amazing speakers: Toastmaster Smiti, Toastmaster Ankit, and Toastmaster Abhishek. Who do you think?
Toastmaster Abhishek.
Is the best speaker for today's meeting?
Toastmaster Abhishek.
Any other guesses?
Toastmaster Ankit.
It goes to Toastmaster Abhishek. Now, we are almost about to close the meeting, but I have few more things. I have few requests. I would request everyone to please be on time. You have to be a little bit disciplined and do not experiment with the time. As Toastmaster mentioned that you have to experiment, but do not experiment with the time. I would request everyone to be prepared, know about the time you have and the script that you have to follow. I would also request role players, speakers to share the introduction, share the speech details and before the time, so that we can properly introduce you when calling upon the stage. Now, one more instruction for the Sa. Sa is not here, but in general, properly and properly emphasize on the ground rules that we have, that you have to put your mobile phone on silent mode. You have to move out when the transition is happening, do not interrupt in between the speeches, so that it is really uncomfortable for the speaker. And I would also request the role players to highlight this whenever they find such disturbances. It will be really great. Now, coming to the announcements, as you might be aware, I have already shared a very cool and amazing contest that we are going to have called Video of the Month. I would request everyone to participate, create a video for at max 1 minute and share anything related to the theme that we have. And the theme is spring season. Okay, in this digital space, it is a must to have online presence, social media presence, because in fact for a resume kind of thing, like before sending the resume, you can share the videos as well, so that it highlights your skills and gives you edge over your peers. Yeah, one more thing, next meeting we might be having a poll, because it is just before Holi and I believe a lot of people will be outside enjoying the festive season of Holi. So we'll have a poll whether we should have online meeting, offline meeting, or joint meeting, or entirely cancel the meeting. We'll see. With this, I announce the meeting as closed. I will request everyone to please come on the stage. Let's have a group picture, and then we'll have the snacks. Let's first have the group picture.